how this is going to go. Tantalizing topic. And we see now today, women will expose themselves, right? Because in common traits on these conversations and listening to women, they say, oh man, the cheaters, man, they just don't know how to treat a woman. Man, this, man, do it all wrong. But come to find out, lesbians can't get along with lesbians. Women can't get along with women in relationships. So who really is the problem? They talk shit on men. Oh man, they no emotional intelligence. They brokies. They talk a lot of trash on men. Talked about you guys don't know how to deal with women, you cheaters. But come to find out, the truth is, women can't even deal with women. And I'm gonna expose these women lying on men, like we're the only problem. When you can't even get along with each other. And see, what women do commonly, because they don't want to accept accountability for their actions of their imperfections, they think they can go and be with another woman and it's going to be better. But comes to find out, it's the same shit. The same women who complain about the men go to the relationship with these women and the problems don't change. Matter of fact, it's even worse. Right? They're using each other, taking each other's money. They're going 50-50 with each other. They're divorcing each other at 75% clip. And domestic violence is at an all-time high. So all this, these allegations about men and men up here trying to hold men accountable. Well, you need to choose better. You need to be better for these women. No, these women are problems that they can't even get it right themselves. They can't even get along. Let's go to, I got a couple of videos and then we're going to get into this today. We finna expose the truth.
I could not resist, so I had to look it up. From the Office of National Statistics, from a 2019 study, in ever-increasing numbers, we are now at a lesbian divorce rate of 72%. So the top 4 reasons that they are reporting getting divorced is feeling ignored, inequality in the partnership, adultery, and domestic violence. Personally, I feel like this lends some weight to men's arguments and complaints about how women are behaving in relationships, because we
exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. They're blaming everything on the man. But the reason why they leave each other is cheating, lack of emotional intelligence, meaning they're not being there emotionally for their so-called wife, right? Domestic violence, they're beating each other up. Right? So we see that if gay men actually get better along than gay women. See? So the problem is we see that in these relationships, the women expose themselves by going to be with other women, because then you can see who these women really are. Oh, can't blame the man no more. You can't point the finger at the man. Now accountability falls strictly on these women because they can't even do it right with themselves. They're picking. these women are, oh, this is my girl, this is my girl, I love you, and all these things. You're better than a man, you're better than him, Pookie. And it comes to find out, y'all are even worse than you guys led things to believe. And this is what women do, right? They just because they can't accept accountability, or they don't want to accept accountability, they throw it all on the man. Did men turn around and blame the men? You need to be better leaders. If you're a better this, you need to be better, be better. As if a woman don't have full autonomy to be the person she inspires to be. Well, you need to be better with these women. You need to put them in check. Oh yeah, is that right? Is that right? Okay. Men, we always want to hold each other to the fire about women's behaviors. We always lean to victim mentality, even though they who are pushing envelope, they are the ones who keep the house environment hostile because they want their way. And they can't even, as we see, get along with each other. They can't. They can't do it. They can't do it.
Exactly, it started to feel like a job, but somewhere between swiping right and tapping pay now. I don't know when exactly it started to feel like a job, but somewhere between swiping right and tapping pay now, I began to understand why men complain so much about dating. My name's Lila. 26, lesbian, and according to my friends, too soft for this world. I used to think paying for dinner was romantic, like some cinematic gesture that said, I got you, babe. Now it just feels like I'm paying tuition to the University of Disappointment. My first date was with Ava. She had this intoxicating smile, like she'd just stepped out of a perfume commercial. We met on Hinge, and for 2 weeks we texted nonstop. She said she wanted something real. I believed her. When she suggested we go to a fancy rooftop restaurant downtown, I said yes, even though the menu had no prices listed, which should have been my first red flag. I wore my nicest black dress, the one that hugged my waist just enough to make me feel confident. She showed up in a silk slip dress that looked like it cost more than my rent. The first hour was magical. She laughed at my dumb jokes, brushed my hand across the table, and leaned in like I was the only one in the world. I ordered pasta. She ordered a 5-course seafood tower and a bottle of wine that I couldn't pronounce. I didn't even flinch when the bill came, $7.42. She didn't reach for her wallet. Not even a fake attempt. She just smiled and said, "Thank you, babe." That was so sweet. I paid. I told myself it was fine. That I was investing in a connection. 2 days later, her Hinge profile disappeared. She unmatched me, blocked me on Instagram, and ghosted me like I never existed. I cried for an hour, then told myself to toughen up. Love costs money, right? My second date was worse. Mia was an artist, pale skin, tattoos crawling up her arms like vines, and eyes so green they felt illegal. She suggested a casual dinner, but it ended up being a steakhouse that required reservations and an outfit that didn't scream, broke lesbian with a budget. We talked for hours. She told me about her exes, about how men are trash, and how she only dates girls who know how to treat a woman right. I laughed. I thought she meant emotionally. She meant financially. The bill? $612. She didn't even look at it. She just pulled out her lip gloss and started reapplying it like we were in a movie. I paid again. My bank account screamed. My dignity.
And this is what women do, right? They just leech. They take their who they are into other places. So yeah, they might date men, so they say, oh, I like women. I like women better. But they still expect to be treated like a queen, like a princess. And these are what we as a society, we tend to don't understand that women, they're evil no matter where they go. You can give them the best of everything, and they'll still find a way put themselves as if they deserve more. So, these are just women being women. So they think they can run from men and complain about men. Let them run to the women to see what happens, right? And the women are saying, hey, these women are crazy. They want us to pay for all the bills.
I had to look it up from the Office of National Statistics from a 2019 study. In ever increasing numbers, we are now at a lesbian divorce rate of 72%. So the top 4 reasons that they are reporting getting divorced is feeling ignored, inequality in the partnership, adultery, and domestic violence. Personally, I feel like this lends some weight to men's arguments and complaints about how women are behaving in relationships. Because when you have lesbian divorce statistics that look like that, the girls are kind of telling on themselves.
And that's what it is. The women, their behaviors follow them everywhere they go. It don't matter who they're with. If they were a woman, they're still going to have expectations. They're not going to pay for them. They want everything just handed to them because they think they deserve what they're entitled to. And so you can't blame men anymore because of the lesbian relationship world is 72 to 75% divorce rate. That's high as fuck. That is astronomical. That's like something like 300. So we say to the minority. So that's like 150, 200,000 divorces a year. See, this is where accountability for what women are shows up. It shows up with them. They have these strong, oh man, the man this, the man he cheater. He doesn't treat me. He's not emotionally intelligent. They have all these complaints about men. Complaint upon complaint. When it comes to find out, right, that they're going to the women and they're still cheating. The women are cheating. Domestic violence, inequality, the same shit that they complain to the men about the men, the same shit is what they're doing because it's not the men, it's them. They the ones who are over expecting and under delivering. And they can't even do it to the people they pick. And I'm tired of the homies talking about, well, you need to choose better. You need to be better. Us being to be better leaders. As if women don't have full autonomy and women can't make their own judgment calls. They're running to other women, and once again, the behaviors are exactly the same, if not worse. Because the thing about it, women, they think they're not part of the problem. They're delusional. Straight up. They just want, and then the crazy part about it, other men come to their rescue. Oh yeah, you should have been this. You weren't there. She probably cheated on you because you wasn't doing what you were supposed to do. Had you done what you were supposed to do, she would have not cheated on you. Oh, you weren't listening to her. You should have been listening to her. You should have took the time and treated her like a queen. But then, as soon as they run over to the other side, to their counterparts, come to find out, it's them. And this is what we have to understand. These women are problematic And it's very difficult because they lead with their emotions and they lead the way they feel. So that means it's very unstable. All their emotions are fleeting. They're happy one day, cold the next. Hot, cold, hot, cold. Right? So therefore, you have an instability, an unstable person, and you put them inside of a relationship, you're going to get unstable results. You're going to get, right? This is why the happy wife, happy life thing is very, very prevalent.
What you
Let's
needed
go.
to do to be a man, what you were supposed to do to be a man. So that's how he taught me. And I know what I'm supposed to do and what I'm not supposed to do. And a lot of people don't like to put money in relationships. They think it taints relationship for some reason. I don't know why. When you're in a heterosexual relationship, you can talk about money like it's nothing. Nobody has a problem with it. But as soon as you get a homosexual relationship with two women, you can't talk about money. Why is that? It's a big fucking deal to talk about money. Why can't we talk about me wanting to be financially stable? Why we can't talk about what I want in a relationship, what I'm looking for financially in a relationship? What's wrong with that? With lesbians, we have it twisted. I don't they might not want a woman might not want anybody to take care of them, but they do want to know that you can take care of them if something was to happen, and that's where the mix up begins. Me as well as a lot of other women, I feel the same way. Like, I don't want you to take care of me, but I want to know if something happens to me, you got my back. That's one of the word. That's the lean.
Coded, uncoded is she wants someone to take care of her. Right? Oh, I don't want you to take care of me, but I need you to know you have my back. So the code word is I need you to take care of me. See, a lot of times in these lesbian relationships, a lot of times they're trying to cover up their things because they're trying to prove that men were the problem. They're trying to prove that men were the problem. They're better than men. And they try to put up this facade and try to make it look like, hey, look, shit, I'm not no gold digger. Right? They look at me. I'm better than him. I'm better. And this is what women, when they get into these relationships, these homosexual relationships, they shit there and dog walk men. Yeah, men ain't shit. Men are cheaters. Men are this. Men are that. Men don't want to provide. Da. And they put everything on the men when they talk to the other women. And then this is how they start their relationships. Well, we're going to be different than men. So they kind of put on a different, they don't want to talk about money. Because if they talk about money, both of them are going to want the same shit. I want to be taken care of. I want to be a queen. Right? Right? They're going to want, but they don't want to talk about it because then you'll see their gold digger. And then if you see their gold digger, then you'll say, well what was you complaining about the men for? See, a lot of these lesbians get in a relationship with these women to prove men wrong, to prove men are bad. Right? And they even take a 50-50 deal with these women to show men off. Oh, well, men ain't shit. Look at us. We're doing 50-50. But when they get with the man, they want to charge this nigga everything. They expect the man to pay for all their bills. But because the only reason they get into women and they kind of go 50-50 or not really talk about money, because what they don't want to accept is accountability. They know if they tell the other woman that, hey, I want you to take care of me, I just want to be a stay-at-home mom, or I want to have girls trips, soft girl eras, I want to have rosters, that lesbian chick is not going for it. She's leaving. It's over. So they kind of just don't talk about it. Oh, soon as they talk about money, oh, they change the conversation because they don't want to be exposed as a gold digger. Because really, they're settling for these women. These women, most women are broke. But anything to prove men wrong, anything to go against men.
Lingo that people use. You got my back. And I think that when you tell somebody, I want to know you got my back, you need to be specific with what you mean by that, because that could mean so many different things to so many different people. Me specifically, it means I need to know that you have my back financially, because I've had love. I've had hugs and kisses and all that good shit. I want the money now, unfortunately, because I've taken care of people, and it doesn't. I do whatever I do out of my heart, but again, it's not about me. I'm not talking about me. I'm just talking in generalities right now. So let me get back on subject.
What's up? What's up, college football? Yeah. Yeah, these ladies, they always fall out because they faking. They faking.
It's not. It's not about that. It's about why, as lesbians, we cannot talk about finances. It's okay that we're looking for financial stability. Unfortunately, nowadays, in a generation that I grew up in the early 30s, um, we didn't grow up in a household where our parents are. A lot of us grew up with single mother. Our different fathers, boyfriends, in and out, whatever the case may have been, where we had a lot, like where we were financially stable all the time. We didn't have to worry about money. A lot of us did not have that luxury. I know I didn't. It is what it is, but I still was happy in my childhood. I still got what I want. I still grew up. I'm here. I made it. I'm thriving. But a lot of us didn't have that. So we are looking for that financial stability. Um, when I get into my relationship, I am going to make sure that I am financially stable before I settle down. I'm not going to, because I know what I'm looking for in a relationship. I think people should.
But see, and this is crazy that these women put the pressure on themselves, right? They put the pressure on themselves because they don't want to accept accountability that they're lying on men. And see, that's the thing, right? These women be lying on men, putting it's his fault. He wasn't what I wanted him to be. He wasn't this. He wasn't that. So they'd take a lesbian relationship and take on all the responsibilities that they were requiring the man to do to prove a stupid ass point. Always. These women, good point, college football. That's why they stay losing, always thinking about money. See, women think backwards, right? They blame men. What's up, Savage? They blame men for all the problems, right? But then when they go to the women's side, they find out that they're the problem.
I could not resist, so I had to look it up. From the Office of National Statistics, from a 2019 study, in ever-increasing numbers, we are now at a lesbian divorce rate of 72%. So the top 4 reasons that they are reporting getting divorced is feeling ignored, inequality in the partnership, adultery, and domestic violence. Personally, I feel like this lends some weight to men's arguments and complaints about how women are behaving in relationships. Because when you have lesbian divorce statistics that look like that, the girls are kind of telling on themselves.
They are the problem. See? And you see the 4 reasons they're divorced. Problem, adultery. They're cheating on each other. Yeah, but all they say, all men are cheat. Men are cheaters. All y'all do is cheat. But then one of the top 4 reasons they are having problems and divorce each other is for adultery, cheating. And then what? Domestic violence. They beating each other up in there. They violent, right? They violent. They don't. They want to say, oh, he's emotionally abusive. He's this. They kind of find out they are the ones focusing. There's a problem. See, a man, no man gets in a relationship or a marriage to beat on his girl. No man does that. That's the furthest thing from our mind. That's the furthest thing from our mind. We are not getting with the women and say, oh man, I can't wait to get a boxing ring with her and we can throw hands. We don't get with women for that. We don't even hang out with our homies for that. Right? Right? We dudes who want to do that, they get into sport, boxing, or whatever. But men, we are get our woman to love our woman. We want to love on our woman. We want to make sure she's happy. We want to make sure she's comfortable. We want to make sure she doesn't have to worry. But they complain because they want to always push the envelope. They want to always push the envelope because they're not happy. They're not happy with the way we're treating them. They're not happy with how we present ourselves to them. Oh, we don't. Oh, you guys don't listen. You guys don't listen.
Hello, what's going on? And of course, we're staying on topic. I'm talking financially. As long as you have discussed the finances, it shouldn't be a problem. You let them know from the beginning. Don't get in a relationship and then 6 months later you bad mouthing them talking about they can't keep a job. What y'all spoke about on the first date? Favorite colors? Nope. That's the problem. That is the problem. I mean, my post really brought it out. When I was reading, I was like, I agree with the ladies. Daddy, you walk around here telling me, I mean, if I was a film, and I had like a stud, and they walk around, and you know what, when I was younger, when I was 18, I dated a stud. And she used to be trying to tell me, like, you can't wear this dress, that's too short and tight, and you need to cook. Like, it was weird. And I was thinking, and I was.
See, all women got to do with men really is be feminine. That's it. That's it. They don't have to fight for every dollar. They don't have to, even if they want to work, most of the time with men, if a woman wants to work, it's optional. It's optional. Even a man's making 45, 50K, he could take a woman in. Now, it's going to be tight. She's going to have to, live on a tight budget. But if she says, like, I'm not working, he's not going to break up with her. He might, tell her, babe, find a hustle, get on YouTube, make some money or something. But it's not like mandatory. It's not mandatory that she got to get a job. Because we as men, we're gonna step up. We're gonna take more hours. Before I met you, I was working 6 to 8 hours. But now you want to come in, you want to have kids, you want to be home. I got to work 12 hours, 10 to 12 hours. I got to work an extra time to bigger checks. I got to take on some loans to try to level set. No problem. We're gonna fight this thing out. I'm not gonna leave you because you don't want to work. We're gonna figure this shit out. Now may have to downsize some shit, okay? Because you don't want to work. But women, they don't want to do that. That's all that struggle of. But then when they get with these lesbians, all of them are broke. Majority of them are broke. 99.9% of all lesbians are broke. They don't make no money. Right? They're not taking care. They're not sole providers. Ain't no one woman just have another woman stay at home. It's not happening. She's not going to let the other woman do it. both of y'all will have to work. And this is what women are applying on women.
I was paying my own bills at that time too. I had like 3 jobs. And I was like, what the fuck? You can't tell me what to do. I pay my own bills, bitch. Please. Please. You know? And then that brought up when I was doing this post, it brought up, I was like, reading the post of how the girls felt. And I was like, you know what, if I was a femme, I'd feel the same way. You know, you can't be trying to tell me what to do and who to do and how to do it. And you can't even pay for a value meal. And then you sit here talking about 50-50. What's going on? What are you talking about? That doesn't make any sense to me. We have to make sense, people. That's all I'm saying. So I hope you guys can write in the comments about how you feel about this situation. Anything that you don't like what I said, anything about anything you don't like about what I said, write in the comments, anything like.
It's difficult, man. You see a sweet one, you're like, I saw her at the gym. I had to, because she was wearing. Unfortunately, and people will disagree in the comments, depending on if you're religious or whatever the case is. Your sexuality, you don't wake up and pick that one day. That's biologically wired in you. Date in this community.
And you're dating them for their wallet, how dare you bring that over here? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because let me tell you something. Do you have lesbian money? Do you have lesbian money? If you don't have lesbian money, you shouldn't be dating.
Is that like a different currency? Like, how does that work? Is that euros?
You go on a date with a man, right? You go to dinner, okay? He ignores the appetizers straight to entree. So you go straight to entree. Now you're talking about entrees. He orders an entree, you order an entree. You may get 1 or 2 cutesy little girl drinks. He gets, I don't know, man beer and man glass with man ice cube. 1 or 2 of those. And then you go away. That doesn't happen when you're a lesbian. You go on a date as a lesbian. You order drinks immediately. Immediately. You start the whole way through the menu. So now we're at drinks. You order, oh, this is a cute drink. Oh, I like this drink too. Now you got drinks. Then you order 2 appetizers because you couldn't decide. As you're talking, you keep looking, oh, you know, I want to order this other drink too. That looks good. So you're ordering more drinks and more drinks. Don't let the drinks be good. Then you're reordering the drinks. So then the waitress comes over and it's like, oh my God, are you guys ready to order your entree? And they're like, oh no, we're still deciding because you've been talking the whole fucking time. And then they're like, oh, do you want more drinks? Of course you say yes. Of course you say yes. So now there's 8 drinks on the table, 2 appetizers. You finally, oh yeah, we can order our entree. Y'all order the entree. Then you order a dessert, one that you share because you're fucking gay. Add that up. You know what? Wait. Don't add it up yet because this was only the first spot. For some reason, y'all now have decided you want to go to the movies. You go to the movies, you can't watch the movie without snacks. You order snacks and food and more drinks. Oh, somebody talked about a random sipping paint. Now you at the sipping paint. Oh, I'm feeling dessert again. Now we go and get fucking luxury bougie ice cream. How much is that? How much is that? How much is that? No.
In real money or in lesbian?
Because they're youth, they're thinking, oh, who's going to cover this? She's going to cover it. No, she's going to cover it. All that shit they wasting and spending because that's what women are, right? They're consumers. And with no structure in place, they are reckless. This is why it's very difficult for 2 women to produce a good relationship because there's no structure. They're spending money recklessly because they is emotionally, then they doing it. They don't know what they want half the time. They want to always have a good fucking time. They don't want to stress out. They think, oh, this is life. We're just living life. That's why they don't want to be with men. Because men, we gonna bring structure. Hold up. What you mean you won't? No, you get one drink, then you get a drink after. That's it. Get no after. We get straight to the order. This is what we're gonna do. Oh, you want to go to 5-star restaurant? We're going to a 3-star. We're going to Chili's because this is what our budget. And women don't like that. They don't like that. They don't like nobody telling them what, bringing structure and format. Because women don't look at the big picture of retirement, school funding for the kids, vacation trips when they get older. They don't look at all that. They don't think like that. Men, we think like that. We think, okay, now I turn 65, I'm going to travel. So I'm going to need a certain amount of money to travel. Then I'm going to need another money to cover my rent because I'm not going to be able to work the hours. So I'm going to need also another amount of money for this. And I'm going to need another amount of money for the kids because they're going to go to college. They're going to need our support somewhat. I may not can't pay for the whole college, but they're going to still need, support, a support system. So we're going to have to allocate funds to that. Men, we think about all those things. We provide structure in a home where there's a family. So we don't look at it, oh, well, let's go out every weekend to the biggest restaurants. To this. No, we're gonna cook in, we're gonna Netflix, we're gonna make sure the kids are at home or go to bed, drop the kids off at school, we get home, I'm gonna go to work. She may work at work or work at home, whatever, right? But we're a team out here with structure. And women, they complain about this shit all the time. So then when they get with another woman, they see how reckless and unstructured it is. That's when you get the domestic violence. That's when you get the inequality in a relationship because one girl's going to want to spend all the money, another girl's going to want to maybe save some of the money. But the one girl who's been used to being with men, she doesn't worry about things like that. When she's with her husband, he kind of leads. He kind of puts her into place. But she left him because of that, right? She divorced him because he's too masculine. Toxic. He's telling me what to do. I don't need him. And then she gets with a woman and say, whoa, shit, we're going to go broke in 5 months. So this lesbian fake love, yeah, that shit's fake. All they're doing is bringing one gasoline mixed with fire. That's all they're doing, mixing gasoline with fire and explode. Domestic violence, divorce, 72 to 75%. And they lead 75 to 80% when in heterosexual. So we have one common problem. One person being destructive. One person lacking accountability. One person blaming the other person. And this is how you get into these problems, these conversations. If they can't get along with women, who's the problem? You can't work it out with other women. You can't. We see that with the Queen Maker and Be Love. Not Be Love, but what's her girl? The lesbian relationship that lasts. B. Taylor. Yeah. We've seen that. So women, when they have to deal with each other, if you put them in close proximity and make them live with each other, they will destroy each other quicker. If you put If you take 1,000,000 women, put them on an island. Yeah, B show did. B Taylor, B Taylor ruined it. Show did. B Taylor was like, I'm used to my man taking care of me. What you mean? What do you mean? We gonna go 50-50. What you mean? She had expectations. The queen maker couldn't handle it. She wanted to use the bathroom in the middle of the desert. When there's a bathroom in 15 minutes, she wanted the bathroom now. And this is where, these women get exposed. They're exposing themselves. They're really fucked up people. They're not good relationship partners because they're selfish. They got all these homies paying for the bills, all the homies paying the bills, and they won't even run that nigga's bathwater. They won't even twerk on that nigga when he get home and tell him, damn, baby, you handsome, I missed you. None of that. They just, when he get home, hey, babe, did you know I got this, I want to go, can I go shopping? That's what they're going to tell him. Oh, you know my auntie and them, they talk about all that gossip shit. That's all they want to talk about. When he get, oh yeah, you know my auntie, and then they were saying that, what's her name's a hoe, and she out here doing this, and she's gossip right off the top as soon as you walk in the door. You ain't trying to hear that shit. Twerk on me. Tell me I missed you. A motherfucking dog, every time he come home, will be running around in circles every time his master come home. But when a man come home, his wife looks at him like, okay, what's up? Whatever, you're home. You're home. What you want? What? No, I don't feel like it tonight. And then you swear and get mad up and down when we go get some more from on a side piece. We go put a side piece on the team to supplement. Then it's you a cheater, you ain't shit, you ain't never gonna be shit. Because she's underperforming. She's underperforming. So we went, instead of divorcing her, because we don't really want to leave her. We got kids with the woman. We go and just supplement what she's not doing good at. And when she finds out, because she will, she just goes into this tirade. Oh, you ain't shit. You a cheater. And then what happens? They try to go get with these women, and it's the same shit. And even if they marry another man, the divorce rate's even higher. It's like 80, 85, 86% for second marriages. So these women, they're liars. They're liars. They sit there blame us for everything. But they can't even get along with their own people. They try to woman on woman fake love shit. And they're divorced at 72%. Adultery, cheating, domestic violence, inequality, and low key, they be financial too. They won't say that though, because then they make them look like a gold digger. But we know they be low key complaining about that money. That's why the adultery part hits, because what happens? They go start messing with men, and they know they can get the money from the men. Yeah, them lesbians ain't gross, man. That turned me off, college football. That turns me off. If I see two women kissing anything, this one girl I was talking to college football, she was hot too, boy. She was calling me woo. And one night I'm in my bed. She FaceTimed me, right? Kissing on some other woman. Oh, that's my friend, and she kissed her on the lips. I blocked her immediately and never ever seen her again. A few more times, she's like, "What's up?" Oh no, that turns me off. I look at two gay women as two gay men. Same thing. They're equal. I know this is very unpopular. Most homies, they like the lesbian women. Oh, two women, it turns them on. That's on me. I don't like it. And if my girl sleep with another woman while I'm in a relationship, she's cheating. Yeah, I bet you're cheating. I don't play that. I don't like lesbian. I don't like women on women.
Limited series date. Right. Get your fucking money up. Get out my comment section. You over there typing away. You need to clock in. Clock into that job. Type in that time card. Breaking news. Lesbian wants to be taken care of by other lesbian in their lesbian relationship. More at 5. Water found in ocean. Like, what do you want me to... Baby, I got a history of paying bills. I'm not... What did you think I was going to say about that?
So she's replying.
Yeah. They ain't paying. Yeah. She didn't get the memo. Women ain't letting other women come over there and put demands on them like that and expectations on them like that. Them lesbian women say, I ain't paying your bill. You got to pay your own bills. Right? Because most women are broke. But even most men are broke, but men still do those things. We still pay. We still pay. We still pay no matter what. But they get with these women, they try to go over to the women and apply that same strategy. They ain't going for that. Them women ain't going for that. Hey, no, hell no. What I look like? Your mama, your daddy? You better get your own. No, my sister, you got to get your own. Yeah. And we men, we cater to these women so much. I don't see how they complaining so much. I don't see what men cater. These niggas worship the ground these bitches walk on. These women sit here and do all kinds of dudes be like, oh man, I should have been better. Flora called the police on JP, lied on him, gave a false police report, and Taz told JP it was his fault. And then JP proceeded. I said, Jay-Z, don't do it. He proceeded to take blame, even though Flora was the problem. And luckily, JP recorded everything. Everything. But Taz, they had a whole hour conversation about JB taking accountability for Flora's actions. Nigga, please. Are you serious? See, as long as men keep supporting these women's behaviors and saying, oh, well, you know, she didn't have two-parent household and you guys need to show her some grace, them lesbians ain't going for that shit. Them lesbians saying, bitch, get a job. You ain't read the memo? But men, she's weak, but I'm the man, she's the woman, and then a lot of men let the women run the shit out of them. And she just puts the pedal to the fucking metal. And this is the problematic part of our men will acquiesce and keep her happy. She's gonna keep going. She's not gonna be, oh, well, at least let me be better because he gave me a chance and because he's really been down. No, she's gonna keep pushing it. Envelope. Nigga, kiss the ground, nigga. Kiss the ground. She ain't gonna let up off you. But she go to the lesbian world, hey, bitch, get a job. What you think this is? What you think this is? Tongue room? You thought you grown, ain't you? You pay your own bills, right? And we men need to look at this. The women are checking other women. But you better pay your own bills. I ain't paying. You better pay for your own. You better have your listen. What men need to start doing, like the lesbian women do. We go out and date. Look, baby, have all your money for your food. Have all your money for your food. Make sure you're able to cover what you buy. Make sure you be able to cover it. You can order as much you get all you can eat, as long as you can pay for that shit. Men need to have to. We're gonna have to start doing it because women, they got that money now. They got the bag, and they trying to run over there to the women. And that's the only reason why the lesbian relationships aren't growing as fast. That's the only reason why a lot of women aren't being with women, because the women, they know the other women won't go for it. So a lot of them just stay away from it, even though they kind of entertain it a little bit. But they know, they're not gonna. They know if they give it other women, the women ain't gonna let them pay their bills. They're not gonna pay their bills, and vice versa, right? So they kind of, a lot of them stay away from it. They stick with the guys, or they by themselves, because they really don't like us. Women don't really fuck with us like that. They don't like us like that. Because if they did, they would do the same thing. They would do the same thing and say, you know what? Facts. College football, they turn right on time. I'm the one that had to come save them one time. I had to come save Taz one time. They was on his ass. I had to go on his panel and fight all them hyenas off of him. They was on Taz's ass. But yeah, these men, if you continue to be subservient to these women, you will be dog walked. They're gonna talk shit. They're gonna crush you, man. These lesbians is letting them know that you come over here, bitch, you got to pay your bills. You got to show some responsibility, or keep it pushing. But too many, and and a lot of problems too is us men. We too hard on each other. Like, we be going crazy over each other. Bitch ass, whore ass nigga, you broke ass nigga. So men don't have no support system that's helpful. So what happens? They get lonely. They want to look for a woman because can't have no gang of niggas around you. Niggas will rob you, take your shit. Niggas are talk behind your back. Niggas is just as worse. Man. And we can't even hold each other conversations on these panels without disrespect each other. They be having me turned up. And that's crazy because I'm not here to fight other men. I'm here to have the conversation. I'm not here to judge other men's pockets, what they do with their money. I don't care what they do with their money. I don't care if you want to be married.
To a comment that reads, "This is all true, but can you make a video about the wave of mask presenting lesbians, who low-key want to be financially taken care of? It's a thing. They're trying to put the patriarchy on the mask presenting lesbians. It's just a woman who wants to be taken care of, which is what she's responded to. In their minds, because they're masked, they're a man, and they should take up the role as a man. I always say, man, if I was a lesbian, there's no way I would let these women bring the patriarchy into lesbian relationships. It should be 50-50. You're two women. You're literally two women. You get to be in a relationship that isn't about, there's no societal nothing. Be free. You're trying to bring this patriarchy into the, nah. I wouldn't go for it.
So let me tell you something. Do you have lesbian money? Do you have lesbian money? If you don't have lesbian money, you shouldn't be dating.
I can answer that question for you, and the answer is no. The girls do not have lesbian money. They barely have straight girl money. Have you not seen the epidemic on this app about going 50-50 on a first date? These girls would cry if every time they went on a date, they had to pay half of it, let alone all of it in some cases. Oh my gosh. They would lose their mind. They can't afford it. Because unfortunately, some of these girls are asking these men for basics. You asking a man to get your hair, nails, lashes done? You don't have money, Bookie? You broke? What the heck's going on? A lot of the girls are broke, and it's very unfortunate, and they're still dating because for heterosexual women, they don't have to spend any money while dating. Dating, for the most part, is free for them. So they just do it whenever. But if the girls had any type of financial responsibility when it came to dating, we'd see a lot more single women than we already do.
Women have never ever had to have money today. It's never been a thing. Except for now, okay? Except for now.
And they still don't have to have money. Niggas are still paying for dinner dates. Now it's becoming a trend. More men are starting to tell women they got to pay for their own way. It's very rare, still rare though. It's not a lot. Because once again, most men, they don't have that. But once again, you know, we as men got to stop fighting each other about these women's behaviors. You got to stop fighting each other. If you want any chance for your woman or the women or a woman to come back and be or respect you, you got to first put your house in order. If we're tearing each other up and destroying each other, and calling it the bitches and hoes and you ain't shit ass niggas, you think the women are gonna come back and say, "Oh yeah, that's my leader"? You think they're gonna say, "Oh, that's the house I want to be in"? Him calling dudes bitches and hoes. Oh yeah, he's that dude. You really think that these women are gonna follow into the patriarchy? No. What's going to happen is all the women are going to do is play one man against the other one, and then the one that she's playing to check the other men, then she's going to dog walk him and fuck the other men that he checked. Women is for self. Self-love will always rule them. So us men trying to check men and call each other betas and bitch ass niggas, that ain't going to help a motherfucking thing. That's not like going to make women, yes, there's no. But this is why we keep getting circles ran around us, because once we keep arguing amongst each other and fight each other, a lot of men, they just give it to the women because they say, at least I'd rather get some pussy. Fuck it, I'll pay her bill, fuck it. Shit, fuck these niggas. I ain't gonna listen to them. Well, how can I listen to them when they just call me a bitch ass nigga? So women would take that guy and put him in her team and build her own team with him. Same nigga you cry. She's gonna be home. Get that money, baby. And as long as you have that, then you will continue, the men will continue to lose to the women. The women will be having men on dog leashes soon here. They're pretty much running everything now because men, we are divided, and a house divided against itself can't stand. Now we ain't gonna agree on everything, but we can have the conversation without getting, so hostile, nigga. It ain't that serious. Now, if one man says he wants to be a provider, the other man says don't leave with your wallet, then we're gonna have to try to have the conversation and have to agree to disagree. But the ultimate thing is to build a house that we can, at least consult one another and kind of stick with it. Niggas on there this and that. Oh, that nigga Dak, he got a prenup. Why he get a prenup? That nigga, ooh, he got on one knee. I say, hey, shout out to Dak. He stood on business. He didn't just walk into a burning house and say, fuck it. He stood on business. And he told the chick, look, either you're going to sign this or we ain't doing this. And she tried to shame him. Oh, I love you. I gave you 2 kids. Why would you even bring this to me? How is this? She was trying to, and she's trying to trick him. Don't do it, Dak. Stand strong, Dak. She was trying to hit him with the, I've been here for you. And they only been together like fucking 3 years. You don't even know this woman. It's pretty fast to get married, 3 years. But she hit him with the, I've been here for you. I held your kids. I've been at your football games. All that old bullshit. Sign this prenuptial, bitch. Sign this prenuptial. I got this 240 mil. Dak's probably worth like 500 million. That ain't his first contract. I think his other contract was like 100 something million. Plus he has a lot of commercials. He has, he's very, he has a lot of commercials. So he's probably raking in. He's probably at 500 million right now. Dak's fucking multi-millionaire. Probably pretty soon, by the time Ennis Creek, gonna be close to a billionaire. Facts, college. Sure. Yeah, a chick buy you a cheeseburger and she feel like she owns you. Facts. And in that cheeseburger she bought you, college football, every chance she get, nigga, she gonna let you know about that cheeseburger she got for you. That you need to be appreciating that. 10 years down the line, she gonna let you know, nigga, remember that cheeseburger I got you? You done quadrupled that little cheeseburger. But she gonna hold on to that. Yeah, because she want that location, nigga. See? And that's why men are losing big time. Women get their locations to their phones, codes to their phone. You right? Women are treat these dudes like children. Why are you gonna get in a relationship with a nigga you don't trust? And that's why when you go to them lesbians, that shit don't work either. Because you the problem. And I'm not saying us men are perfect. Let me clarify that. I'm not saying we're perfect. But damn it, we ain't blaming the women for everything. Most men don't take the accountability. All men take that accountability. Yeah, I had to work too many hours, or I fucked the other girl. We gonna come clean. But women, no, it's all a man's, all his fault. He did it. He should have did it. He should have did that. This is why I would never, much less get married. I would never enter, from this point on, I would never get in a relationship with a woman again. Because I don't got time to be trying to raise no grown woman. I'm not going to do it. Bitches, you come in, fall in line, or get kicked out the line. I ain't got, you know what to do. You know what I command in this motherfucking room. Respect. And I ain't going to tell you. I'm not going to give you lectures. I'm not gonna sit here and we're gonna be having these circular conversations, me and you going back and forth about who the motherfucking boss. Bitch, your shit will be out fast as you came in. Don't let that door hit you on the way out. I'm blocking you on social media. I'm blocking you on phone. I'm blocking on everything that life has to be blocked. And I will start over again. I will start from the bottom. I'll burn this shit down and start from scratch. Ain't no way you have to let a woman tell me how I'm barking orders. I'm barking orders. I'm standing on it. You're not wearing that dress. No, you're not getting them eyelids. No, I'm not paying for no BBL, bitch. I don't care if I got the money. I like you just the way you is. I bought you. I bought you. I ain't adding on to that. I'm the breadwinner. I'm the boss. Simple. Simple. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care about your feelings. I don't care about your emotional imbalance. I don't give a fuck about that. I don't care about that. I don't care. Respect still stands in his home. We're going to have a respectful. If not, we're just not going to be together. And men need to start act. Men need to understand that. Because the more that we continue to bend and break, more of these women are going to continue to take. And they're going to make a shame of you. They're going to embarrass you from your friends, your family. They don't care. They're gonna, as soon as you let your guards down, they are going to push the line. Listen, that's why I'm not getting in a relationship with them, because I know I got it. I know that they're not going to do the right thing. I know that these women, they're not going to hold their end of the bargain. I know they're not going to do it. I understand them. I understand women perfectly. And you know what? Do you, boo? But you won't be doing it with me. We can have sex. We can, right before we have sex, have some fun, a little bit, conversation. Then once the sex, then I'll see you in 2 weeks or maybe in a month. And I'm so happy with that. I am so content with you paying your own rent. Yeah, because men, because college football, us men are kind of, us men, we worship, we be worshiping these women. We don't see it. But see, I'm not blaming us for their behaviors, because that's not cool. Women got to be accountable for their own behaviors. But I understand that us men are so delusional that when we, and for example, it's Diddy, right? Diddy's a perfect example. All that nice shit he did for Cassie. Man, 30 mil. And trying to give him life. Diddy, you gave her access to all that shit. Your home, bought her of the best clothes that money has to offer. You made her a part of your campaign so she could get money. And she got on a stand on you, nigga. She got on a stand, nigga, and was trying to help hand you that elbow, nigga. Life without the possibility of parole. She good. She put on a show too. Oh, I was scared. I felt, I was scared that he would get mad or angry. Or I was shaking sometime. I hope Diddy learned his lesson. I know he had a little domestic violence tape, but she's still 11 years. She lived a lifestyle of a multi-millionaire. And Diddy wasn't even actually to pay that money back. Yeah, I know she was having them sex, them freak offs and stuff, but that ain't worth he's probably spent over a 11-year period, probably spent like 12, 15 million on her. More than that, because you got dinners. She's going to all the, he's taking her to the Grammys and shit like that. So Diddy probably spent a good 20 million on her just being in his presence, treating her like the queen. They might not have been married. He might not have put no kids in her, but damn. And then she still took him for 30 million. And then she still tried to give him life. That's fucked up, nigga. You give a woman 20 million, you put her in a life that the average person will never experience. You're around who's who. You're going to dinners, and next to you is Kevin Costner. You're eating at a restaurant, you look across the table, you see LL Cool J. You look on the other side, you see Mary J. Blige. And you try to give a nigga life after, and this is where we have to understand, right, that these women are diabolical. They don't care what you've done for them in the past. You can give them the sun, the stars, and the moon. But the moment she's dissatisfied with you, she will destroy you if she can. Cassie was trying to destroy Diddy. She was trying to destroy him. For what? For what? Because she could. He didn't marry her. He didn't give her a baby. She slutted herself out. Facts. Facts, college football. Facts. The public was acting like Diddy was lucky to have her. No, it's the other way around. It's the other way around because she benefited. This bitch was wearing Christian Dior, Christian Laurent, Louboutin. She wore a dress that was 100-some thousand. She wore them type of clothes. She was eating of the finest dinners of food you can think about at the finest restaurants. And she probably haven't paid for a meal in over 11 years. She probably haven't seen a bill in over 11 years that she was with Diddy. She don't even know how to pay a bill. But the world is so, for some strange reason, we look at this woman like she's just a good girl. And then when they heard the videotape of her talking about killing somebody, oh well, damn. Oh, she was ordering up freak offs. She forgot. See, but Cassie forgot. Or she didn't know that Diddy had all them text messages. Yeah, Diddy had all the text messages. He had all that. So and then once they start showing the jury the text messages, they're like, huh? What does this talk about? You seem comfortable to me, but this is how women are, man. They will turn on you. They will betray you. And the federal government didn't give her no 20 million to do that. They didn't even give her $10. They didn't even give her a Carl's Jr. lunch, nigga. To get on that stand and take down a guy who pretty much invested 20 plus million in her. He probably bought her some type of car. He's probably driving a fucking G-Wagon or up, $250,000 or up car, probably a G-Wagon. And this is how these women are, man. They will turn on you. And then they run to other people. They run to the lesbian community. Lesbian community, bitch, you got to pay bills. Oh, shit. Then they go to another nigga, and then they do him the same way. They are the problem. I would advise any man in 2026, find your girl, a prostitute, make your deal, put a deal together in your budget, and then meet up, execute, keep it pushing. I would advise against a relationship. If you get in a relationship with a woman that's attractive, you will lose. You better go get you an ugly, fat, 400-pound rhinoceros. You better go get you that. You better go get you that. You better go get you a Whoopi Goldberg lookalike. You better go get that. Because if you think you're gonna get one of these bad bitches, you will be destroyed. So I'm in the stream. Thank y'all for coming. Hit the like button on your way out the door. Thank you for college football, for your participation. Always is a pleasure to have you. Thank you for your participation. I'm gonna do a stream in the morning. And I'm out.
Shows are on Wednesday, April 15th in LA and Thursday, April 16th in Orange County. Get tickets now at LA. A major witness in the federal trial of Sean Combs returns to the witness stand in New York today after her first full day of testimony. Cassie Ventura, an ex-girlfriend of the rapper and producer, filed the first major civil lawsuit against Combs in 2023. And I want to remind you here that the story includes discussion of physical and sexual assault. NPR's Isabella Gomez Sarmiento reports.
Cassie Ventura's testimony on Tuesday repeatedly underlined an essential element of the prosecution's case. don't. You barely receive it when they are released.
What, if any, impact did not releasing albums have on you financially?
It was not released. Can you repeat? Sorry.
Sure. What, if any, impact did not releasing albums have on you financially?
I mean, financially, I didn't make anything off them. But I think it was just more of a, you're not releasing music. You're not doing your job. So the career was kind of stifled.
Why did you not release another album during this time?
You're asking me?
Well, put another way. What were you doing instead of when you were working on your music? What were you doing?
When I wasn't working on my music, I was recovering from partying. That took a big chunk out of my life. The freak offs became a job where there was no space to do anything else but to recover and just try to feel normal again.
When you say partying, what do you mean by partying?
Staying up for days on end, taking drugs and other different substances, drinking, having sex with a stranger over days.
Does partying include what you described earlier as freak offs?
Yeah.
Before we move on, who ultimately decided whether you could release another album?
Sean did.
How much time out of your week did freak offs take?
It would depend on how long they were. They ranged anywhere from 36, 48 to 72 hours. I feel like the longest one ever was 4 days, maybe even more.
That